Hey everybody, Brett Tadlock here, TN Artist. This is a painting called Falling Through. And if you like this kind of stuff and want to have more in-depth art lessons, then join me over on Patreon. It's $3 a month, and I go through hours of different types of training and paintings and really breaking them down and discussing how do you use digital tools to get that traditional look and feel to a painting, so that way you have it set up to where you could, make prints out of it, you can make shirts, you can do all sorts of things with it and really play around. But this is a painting that I've done in Procreate, and my top painting programs that I tend to use are Procreate, ArtRage, and Rebel. It just kind of depends on what look and feel I'm going for, and that's how I use them. And so with this painting right here, what I've done is I've started with this orangish background, and then I start building the layers on top of that using a gouache brush. If you need certain types of brushes, I have several for sale through Gumroad for ArtRage that you can get the same kind of look and feel in a much easier way. There's also some different things that you can use there. But if you subscribe, you can make sure and get updates on when I release new ones here and on Gumroad, so that you can just really take advantage of that and use everything, like I said, the stencils, use the brushes, palettes, and so forth to really make it easier to do the paintings and kind of go through that. But this is just a quick over-the-shoulder kind of view for going over these things. Leave some comments below if there's anything particular about it that you want me to break down in different videos. Like, say, for example, you're like, hey, how do I do those mountains in the background for atmosphere? How do I do the waterfall so that it looks like it's really cascading down? How do I build up the grass, the trees, and so forth? All that kind of stuff. If you want to leave me that below, then I will break those down into different lessons here and also on Patreon, but so that way you can access them and really be able to go over these things and learn a lot about how do I do this digitally if I've done it traditionally, or how do I do it, digitally if I've never done it traditionally, if I've never even painted before. Where do I start? How do I get into it? What do I do? What do I need? So that's the kind of stuff that I'm going to be covering on this channel and going through, so that you can have that broken down as well. So leave those comments below, leave those questions below, and I'll do my best to get to them. I try to answer within a couple of days at the most, so that way I can make sure to get stuff done up and put together. And I'm working on some stuff right now that I got from other commenters as well for things that they need to learn. So I'll be happy to do that for you as well. But anyway, watch the rest of this, get some ideas from it, and see what you learn and see what questions you are, and then just let me know, and I'll join you guys back here in just a second. All right, so kind of wrapping this up here and getting into some of the different highlights for the grass and the water down below, and then kind of figuring out the last steps for the composition of how do I want to finish it out. Is it adding in more flowers? Is it adding in trees? Is it adding in, you know, what exactly to kind of offset the weight and the balance and the composition? One thing I decided on to practice was a fir tree. So I added that in as well to kind of say, okay, how can I get this laid out to where I like it, to where the look of it is natural and has that feel. And it's just a matter of scrubbing it in and getting it laid out there. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Like I said, it's really more of a kind of an old over-the-shoulder look to it. I have a lot more tutorials and stuff that are coming out for you guys here on YouTube and also on Patreon, so that way you can really see it all, how I break it down and go over it all. But again, if you haven't done so already, make sure to leave those comments below for questions on things you want to learn, subjects matters you want to go over, and really kind of going over that to, you know, answer those questions for you, so that way we can make sure it's all covered. All right, and I'm just going to finish this out real quick here, and I appreciate you watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next one.